Hi, I'm Dr. Jamie Hannan, Assistant Professor in Nursing, and I'm going to share a little bit about what I did as an openCI ambassador redesigning my course. So my course is Nursing 420, and it is a senior final semester course for students where they are integrating different organ issues all in one and really focusing on more critical patients. And what I decided to do was to utilize and build upon what they've already learned, but access more open educational resources. Also to provide an opportunity for students to really explore and think about what resources they could use upon graduation. So if you go into my course, which is on CI Keys, and I've had my course on CI Keys, this particular course, for about 3 years, you can go to the course outline and it will actually explore how I built those resources. And for each week, I either had a combination of articles or eReserves chapters. Some of these articles or videos are open source, and some are, like I said, available through my CI, and so I was able to embed permalinks to make it a little bit easier for them to access. There were a number of sources that I used that were basically websites, because there is a lot of material out there from either the product providers for the technology and the equipment we use to measure different aspects of patient progress, so different kinds of monitoring and A-lines and CVP monitoring and all of these pieces that we use to really monitor the critical care patient, as well as websites like the American Heart Association has tons of resources and direction for students to go and topics to review. There is a plethora of information, and really the more I dug, the more I found. It was kind of an interesting pathway for me, because I did initially think that it would be great to just take the best chapters from all the different books that I love for this course and put them together. But then I really had to step back and think, what is my other part of the goal? And for me, I really wanted students to go out there and explore the materials that they could access upon graduation and use in the future. And those textbook chapters wouldn't necessarily be available to them through eReserves, and they wouldn't really even carry a textbook with them even if they purchased it out to the clinical setting. I wanted them to know what websites and open educational resources were available for them and potentially their patients as well. So that's a little bit about what I did. This is my syllabus, so there was another point of entry for students to go to that list of course readings, and I did tie them back to what we were talking about each week, but they also really gave some feedback that it was new and different for them, and my students really struggled with the idea of not having a text, and so we had a lot of conversations about that I think are important to really make sure students understand all the resources you're using and how you can tie them together, because they've become a little bit dependent on having a book, or at least my students have been. And it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just I really wanted students to have access to resources beyond the classroom or beyond what they had at home that they could access right at the bedside to impact patient care. Thanks so much.